Local political atheist here. Hi, we need to talk about this because some of y'all are really freaking out and we need to get some things clear. So as many of you are hearing right now, City of Miami-Dade decided that they're going to postpone their elections to align them with the 2026 midterms and national election cycle because, better turnout. And I'm seeing a bunch of my left-leaning friends from Florida and all around the place kind of purporting this to be a Republican power grab and a Project 2025 thing. But that's flat out wrong when you look under the hood. So let's talk. So with the 3-2 vote, they said, hey, we're going to wait till 2026 to hold these municipal elections, right? And that means that everybody who's currently on the council, whatever, they get an extra year in office. And you hear Florida, you think conservative, you hear that the mayor is like all for this idea too. Again, we need to look under the hood to really understand the people orchestrating this. One of the first yay votes was from Mr. Damian Pardo, Miami's first gay commissioner. Huge LGBTQ plus advocate, supporter, very progressive leaning. We then had very obviously conservative endorsed and leaning Ralph Rosado. He was a yay vote. And the third yay vote that pushed it over the line was Christine King, who was elected and endorsed by SEIU of Florida, which is a massive, union who endorsed Kamala Harris. Let's look at the nay vote. And then we have Miguel Gabella. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. This guy was hard to figure out his leanings. He voted no, but I had to do some digging, and it looks like he's mostly a centrist because I couldn't see any significant endorsements other than the Miami Herald newspaper were telling its readers he was the best option for District 1. And Miami Herald is pretty left central, so maybe this guy's like an independent conservative on something, social on others. I don't know. But, like a pragmatist. But he voted no. And finally, we have Loco Joe Carullo. Yeah, clearly we know. He was an A. And allegedly, the biggest villain in this whole thing, Mayor Suarez, you can see who endorsed him. Marco Rubio. I mean, obviously, he's Republican. Who did not have a vote in this? No vote in this. So again, what have we got? We have 3 yay votes, 2 were progressive, 1 was conservative, and then we had 2 nay votes, 1 from a centrist, pragmatist, probably independent conservative, I don't know, and then a progressive person as well, another progressive commissioner. So this was like ironically very bipartisan in the most shittiest kind of way. Now I have to give them credit. They were, again, their attitudes on this is clearly from the perspective of they wanted to get more voices heard during election years. And it is true that study after study, Republicans have done this and Democrats have shown this. When you align things with federal, national level elections, which gain more popularity and attention, you're going to get more voters for these smaller elections as well. So there was no bullshitting in that fact. More people show up, democracy works better. But like a typical trend we're seeing with our lawmakers and congressional representatives and community leaders, they fucked up. They decided to just do what they wanted without public input. I don't care how noble your intent is. You cannot bypass the rules in this shit, okay? I'm a progressive, okay? That means transparency, accountability, participation. What's really nuts is that by doing things this way, they have literally handed ammo to the process and corruption we're trying to stop that's being laid out in Project 2025. These people are literally handing a precedent on a golden platter that could be applied nationwide if this stands. Precedent of delaying votes and extending terms without any input from the public. They really need to do this the right way, okay, with a ballot initiative, voter input, and then a referendum. So unfortunately, what was once a pure goal, a pure bipartisan goal, how fucking ironic I'm saying this about any place in Florida. Instead, they make this look shady as fuck. And then I've got my other progressive-minded friends running wild with this being some random-ass crazy Project 2025 game plan. I know that Project 2025 has a clear outline on, limiting voting and even suspending votes in some areas. But this isn't a case of Project 2025. And I think it's important that we recognize true bipartisanship, common sense that they're trying to do. And unfortunately, they acted like Barney Fife and just did it all wrong. Like, totally wrong. But the main goal of this video is to please stop playing telephone with democracy and news and propaganda and all this other shit, okay? Dig into the context, pay attention to the nuance, and report this shit accurately. Don't make broad brush assumptions. I know this is in Florida, so it's very tempting to go, oh my God, of course they would try to usurp elections. That's not what happened here. It's not. And it's doing a disservice to our goal of helping Florida not have this reputation and, lift voices in Florida. So again, be accurate, be sincere, and please hold people accountable when you see them reposting this bullshit. We are literally legitimatizing the whole concept of blue MAGA with this shit. I'll now step off my soapbox.